Okay. What's up, guys? Welcome to Find Your Fortitude. I wanted to do a YouTube video to follow up from the beginning of the year, but then I'm trying to get fitness back, and I'm like, if I'm doing fitness, let me try to do Find Your Fortitude again, see if I remember how to do the podcast and stuff. So we're trying this out here. So again, welcome to Find Your Fortitude. This episode, well, let me do a little backstory why I even want to get back into it. First off, I'm on and off social media so much, very inconsistent with it, for whatever reason. But the big thing is, I do love the fitness stuff. Like I just love MJ Fitness, like what I started. And for whatever reason, I get back on it and get off it. And same with Find Your Fortitude. I'm just very inconsistent with it. So I don't like it. And then I'm a financial advisor now. So I'm doing like on my test for like Series 6 and 63, the SIE and everything. And I'm like, well, I want to start using social media to like talk about different things that I can help with. But I'm like, if I'm going to do social media for that, I need to at least get back to my roots for social media, like what I truly enjoy. And that's fitness and that's like motivation, whatever. And the crazy thing is, like, I was going on, seeing my podcast was even still active in the store, and I was reading comments and stuff, and some were brutal. And the truth is, life changes. And I'm like, I look back at like the podcast that I was doing and the things I was talking about, and I can't even like relate to some of that stuff anymore. So it's crazy, like how things change. And I'm just at a different point in my life. Want different things, different goals, stuff like that. So I'm here, but the thing with all that, and again, going back to the beginning of the year with the YouTube videos, talking about my weight loss journey and nonstop fitness journey, because there's no goal line, because you may achieve your goals, but if you don't stick with it, then you just fall back and go back to where you were prior. So today's topic, because I think every episode needs a topic. A quote that I heard, somebody that I follow, was basically talking about when he was a kid, his dad used to just push him over all the time. Not like viciously, but just he'd be walking and his dad would just walk by and push him down, and he kept doing it and kept doing it, and he kept getting up. And then he noticed that he was doing it to his brother too. And then when he was older, he just asked, "Why do you always push us over?" And the dad just simply responded, "So you keep getting back up." And I just like, it's so simple and yet so powerful, because regardless of what you're going through, you may just completely fall out of touch with who you are, or the things that you wanted to achieve. And then it's just, sometimes you can't even find your way back, or it's impossible. Things come up, whatever it may be. And the truth is, you just got to keep getting back up. And so I couldn't think of a better topic to talk about for the first episode back than just keep getting back up. Like, I've gone on and off Find Your Fortitude for so many times. YouTube, Instagram, MJ Fitness. Speaking of MJ Fitness, the app is back up and running. So yeah, it's just, you just get up and you keep getting up, and then some days it'll click. And then there's a fine line too of like just being like lazy and inconsistent, like I've been with this stuff, and just like life gets in the way, things change, and you just sometimes just to find your way back to the person you want to be in, the goals that you have. There's really nothing, there's no secret to it, just getting back up. And that's what I'm doing with this. So that's like the big thing. And man, I used to do these videos for like an hour, and a lot of the comments was just me rambling off, which I do a lot. But I think for the most part, some people at least can get like a good message from the video with me rambling. Hopefully, the plan is to do like these like weekly, because like I said, I just enjoy sharing experiences and just like a different voice, because not everybody can relate to everybody. A lot of people can't relate to me, some people can, so it's just different. Man, I really used to do these for an hour. I used to just go off. But I don't want to edit these, because I'm not there yet. So, but for the Find Your Fortitude, I can't just post a 5-minute episode. We got to at least do 10 minutes. So you fall and you get back up. Fall and you get back up. Okay, so the thing that I'm going through right now, so with the fitness, with the YouTube videos beginning of the year, I started with 75 hard. I remember talking to you guys about 75 hard. And I was like, just to put things in perspective with me, I'm usually at about 250. Like when I get in a really good routine, I'll drop to like 240, but typically like I'm 250, 260. I'm happy, I feel good, I'm active. After COVID hit, my routine just got crushed. And I think a lot of people can relate to that for whatever it was, even if it wasn't fitness or their health, job, work, whatever, career. So it's just been a crazy, crazy couple of years. And hopefully I can start talking about more, not necessarily political, but more of my opinions with stuff. But I don't really want to, it's just really pointless right now because there's no need to do that. I'd rather just stick to like fitness and stuff than expressing my opinion on things. So with fitness, so like I said, like 250, 260, like I'm very happy, like I'm good there. So the second half of 2020 was traveling, having fun, just was having a bunch of fun, and I was so happy, and I just let my fitness go. Cause I'm like, well, I'm traveling, like I'm doing all this fun stuff, like I guess I just took my fitness for granted and my health for granted. So then, first half of 2021, even more traveling, some of the best trips of my life. It was epic. And then that second half of 2021, the traveling stopped. You know, like the real world started to come back. Like you couldn't just like be at home all the time, and I had like more responsibilities and things changed. So I wasn't traveling as much. So that part kind of went away, and then my fitness wasn't there. And the fitness for the past 10 years, even more so, ever since my mom passed, my senior year of high school in 2009, fitness has been it's just been what grounds me. It's just whenever it's my therapy, I can release it, makes me feel good. For whatever reason, it's just like, maybe it's just the endorphins of working out and you feel good after, looking good, whatever it may be. Working out and the fitness and just being healthy. It's more so just being like healthy, not like crazy obsessive, because like I'll do my cheats and everything, and some days I'll spend like 2-3 hours in the gym, other days I'll just get a quick 30-minute group fitness class in. So, but it's just the point of feeling good. So I lost that, and then I started playing PlayStation. To be extremely real, I played so much PlayStation the second half of 2021. So the second half of 2021 into the second half of 2022, I ate whatever I wanted, and it was just, I don't even know what happened. But I let fitness go, which just like, that's the one thing that grounds me. Then everything else just kind of up and down, but I didn't have the thing that grounded me anymore. So it's just crazy how you just lose yourself. And then the MJ Fitness and the apps and the Find Your Fortitude was non-existent. And so then a wake-up call was like 6 months later, beginning of 2022. I was like, and I'd go through cycles. So throughout this, through this 2.5, 3 years, I'd go through cycles, like 2-3 weeks of like gym, fitness, like feeling really good, like motivated. But it was so easy to just get out of it. Like I'd have a great 2 weeks, and then I'm like, okay, let me just have like a little treat this week, and that treat turned into, okay, let me take a day off from the gym, and that day off turned into, all right, I'll get back tomorrow, and it was just like, it's just been a 3-year cycle of, I'll start Monday, I have a good day, I deserve like a treat, a day off, whatever it may be. And then on top of that, I'm doing different jobs and stuff, and like different types of work. And again, that's also like, fitness is much harder when you have responsibilities and more bills to pay and you're trying to start a career and stuff. It's not like I was just in school training all day. I miss those days. And then I was just a personal trainer and again, in the gym all day. So again, priorities change, things change, goals change. So it was just like a 3-year cycle of, I'll start Monday, I'll start next week. Let me have one more pizza. Like pizza and wings are like my go-to cheat meal. And then they opened up the stupid crumble a few minutes for me, which is amazing cookies. But again, it's just like, for me, those are my vices. But those vices lead to really just fucking up my routine. And then it's not even just fitness anymore. And then it's like, okay, well, I don't really want to read. You know, I don't want to like do the things that I have to do. Like, I don't want to cook. Like, so I'm just going to sit here and play PlayStation. So it was just a very cyclical couple of years. So that was basically from everything shutting down beginning of 2020 up until now. It was just the cycles. But I let my fitness go, and that really affects my mental health. And again, it's not even just lifting weights. It could be running in the summertime. It could be just doing yoga. My F45 classes, like whatever it is. It's just I let that go. So I'm going through cycles up and down. So beginning of 2022, I'm finally in a good routine. I'm feeling good. I'm playing some sports, back to basketball, which I've missed so much, and then flag football, just having fun. And I'm like probably like 305 at this time. And so I put in like a good 2 weeks of work. I'm like 300, feeling really good. Right after Christmas, like going into the new year, this is going to be my year. I tear my quad tendon playing flag football. I never had an injury. And like, I know in the past, like I talk about emotions and stuff, and from Big Brother, like crying and stuff, even though there's a backstory that they didn't really show with the tears and stuff. So it's like people look at me like I'm really emotional. I really haven't been that emotional lately, but or like really, like I'm not as emotional as people may think. So I say that so when I'm like freaked out. I knew something bad happened, and I've never had a serious injury before. I've always been injured, like little injuries, take a day off though, I'm good. Never had this. So I call my buddy who's a nurse, like I was like crying, panicking. I'm like, what do I do? Nothing happens. I'm just being like, okay, I can walk around and stuff, still move around. But my friend's like, Mark, you got to get into the doctor. I know this doctor, get in, please go see her. So I go see her a few days later. And I'll never forget, like I took the x-ray, like I really thought it was just messed up. Like the reason why I went to the doctor was just because I couldn't extend it. I could walk on it, move around on it, go up and down the stairs, but I couldn't extend it, and it was like kind of weird. I never had that before. So I took the x-ray or the MRI, whatever they can see the tendons. Definitely an MRI. No, but I thought it was an x-ray. Whatever it was. No, it was definitely an x-ray. I didn't get to the MRI because that's how bad it was. They could see it in the x-ray. I'm like waiting in the doctor's office, and I'm looking at the x-ray, and I'm like, oh, that knee looks good. Like, I'm like, it's good. And she comes in and she asks like 2 questions, and then she's just like, this is just bad news. See this right here. And it was like just the tiniest like white. So I clearly don't know how to read an x-ray. And she's like, I believe you tore your quad tendon. And immediately I just broke down. I'm just like, because in my mind, like I've never had an injury, but I understand like the idea of like a torn quad tendon means a big surgery. And I'm like, I'm gonna have to have somebody take care of me basically. So I immediately just broke down. But I had the surgery, made it through. So that really was just like, again, just continuing PlayStation. I can't do anything. I can't work out. And then again, it'd be like, so I was out like a good 4 weeks of doing absolutely nothing. Started PT a few weeks later. And then I'd go to the gym for a few days again, come back. I'm like, and then I have such an extreme mindset. I'd get so frustrated. Whenever I was in a good routine, even if it was just for a few days, every little injury or setback just set me back way more than it should have. I wasn't mentally strong enough for it. So I'm like, if I'm going through this pain, then why eat healthy? Why do this? Why do that? Whatever. So again, it was like just cyclical. And then I'm like, dude, I got to kind of get back to the gym. So in August, I started up at F45 on the back end of stuff, like with just like a gym and stuff. And in before that, I was doing life insurance sales and all this different stuff. So I'm like, but let me get back into a gym. I can't train, but I want to be around people. Want to be around people who want to better themselves physically. So I started that, and it was good. And I did a I did a sprint, a short triathlon in July, 6 months after the injury, which was a huge accomplishment for me. But once I hit that, I was like extremely sore, and it was just like, again, cyclical. Then I just didn't do anything. And then we were doing a Spartan race in September, and I'm like, okay, let me get ready for that. Did that, and then I'm like, okay, I did it. Now it's like winter in Buffalo, so I'm just gonna just go downhill surprisingly quick. So anyways, then the winter comes. We had a few snow. Wow, we had some really bad snow where we were like locked in, and I've never like been I've never been anywhere where there's like a driving ban. Like we couldn't drive, so we had like two of those. And then I was like 315 after all that in the beginning of this year, January. So I'm like, all right, I'm done. So whatever, something just switched where I remember it was some Sunday, I was doing something, I got some pizzas and wings, and the next day I'm like, I can't do this anymore. So I'm like, okay, let's start working out. Like, let's get in a little routine. So 3 weeks eating healthy-ish, not eating out, but still having my treats at home. So I'm like I said, I was 315 beginning of the year, then I'm like about 300. And then I'm just getting frustrated because I'm like, 300 and I'm doing like all this work, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, what is going on? So boom, I don't even remember. But the next day I'm like, I'm doing keto, I'm jumping into keto, and I'm doing keto. Let me try something that'll help. No, I'm sorry. When I started working out, getting better, I did 75 hard. So I needed like a goal, I needed like a challenge. So I'm like, let me do 75 hard. So I was doing 75 hard, good for like 3 weeks. And then end of January, my weight was still like 302, and I'm like, man, this is fucking crazy. Like, it's just like so hard. So the next day I'm just like, I'll keep doing 75 hard, but I'm doing keto. Like I just need something where, because again, my extreme mindset, and I'm sure some of you can relate to this, it's like, I've been balanced and I can do balance, but I have to be in a good routine already. I have to be in a good physical and mental spot to do balance. So my whole mindset is like, if I'm gonna have one Oreo for dessert, let me just have 10 Oreos. Or if I'm gonna be able to have oatmeal, which is like carbs, I don't want to get too like into like the macros and stuff. But if I can eat protein, then why can't I have like some sugar, some dessert? So I'm like, it was just overeating. It was just binge eating. It was just so bad. So I did keto, and man, I dropped like 20, 30 pounds quick. Like I stuck to it for like 6-8 weeks. I felt amazing, feel amazing. And then I got down to 275, and I'm posting the my progress pic because I want to share the journey. And even though I stopped doing it, I got off and on. Again, I fell down, I got back up. Like I fell down, I stayed down for a while. I was eating some pizza and wings while I was down. I was playing a shit ton of Madden and 2K while I'm down, but I got back up. You know, I fell down. I just got to keep getting back up. And it's embarrassing, and that's like another reason with this, and I'm sure a lot of people can relate to, just the constant comparison. It's not even of just people around you anymore. It's like just people on social media, and you're just seeing like the best of the best, and you're comparing yourself to them, whether it's a podcast person, a finance person, fitness. Fitness is crazy. Like I used to, even when I'm in good shape, I'm constantly looking at these fitness pages, and I'm like, holy shit, these guys are like 10 years younger than me and 20 times better shape. So it's just a constant comparison, which is just like, damn. So I'm like, why am I even doing these when I'm not where I want to be? And it's just the ups and downs. So I'm just like, so this weekend I'm just like, fuck it, I don't care. Let's find your fortitude back. I'll get in my rhythm again. I'll get like solid topics. I'll try to keep my train of thought, even though I don't think I ever did that. I was always all over the place. But setting up the office, get the videos, see if I remember how to upload the podcast and everything. So that's basically it. So yeah, I'll just finish up with where I am right now. So like I said, I finished keto on 275, right around the time I took my Series 6. And then after I took my Series 6, I'm like, okay, of course it was grandma, because grandma always, she hates when I diet. But she always make a comment if I'm putting on a little bit too much weight. Anyway, she calls me over for dinner, and I'm like, okay. So my uncle, I can never turn down his cooking. It's so good. So I'm like, okay, let me have, this was my last day of keto. I'm like, let me have a little bit. So I had some pasta and some little dessert, and the next day I feel good. So then after that, I was just like monitoring my weight every day, having a balance, eating my good oatmeal, some rice with my chicken, stuff like that, more protein. And I'll go more into details with the fitness stuff and the dieting, because I know a lot of people want to know. Because again, there's a million diets out there. There's a million influencers, weight loss coaches, trainers, all that. And some can relate to them, some can't. Some can relate to me and some can't. So I'll go into more with that for sure. But so after the keto, because I was in such a good routine at the gym also, which helps. For me especially, and I'm almost positive everybody else, if you lift heavy weights, like it helps your metabolism, it just helps everything. So I was really doing good at the gym. Past my Series 6, I'm a financial advisor, I'm still at F45, so I'm just like, my plate's full, but I'm like, I gotta get my health back. Like, if my health isn't there, then I'm just not mentally there. So, and then nothing else matters, then it's just like, I'm going down a rabbit hole. So I had a nice balance after that, and that was probably, so it's probably been about 2 months since then, and I'm down like 2 pounds, I'm like 273. But it's good because, again, I have that balance. I'm having a few too many cheats. I'll be very honest, I'm having a few too many cheats. But I'm finally in a place where I'm like balancing it back and forth. And now I want to take it to the next level. And I think this accountability will help. Although I thought the accountability was going to help last summer. And I started gaining weight as the progress pics went on. And then I just stopped posting. So I fell down. I'm going to try to get back up. It took me 9 months to get back up and try this again. But here we are. So that's a little update. Again, I was doing YouTube in the beginning of the year, fell down, want to get back to it. Finding a routine doesn't help when like I said, it's not just like I'm chilling at home all day anymore. It's like 2 jobs and all this stuff and got to pay the bills. So I'm trying to find that balance, which I'm sure everybody is. Like, it's not, I'm not special in any way. Like, I'm the only one who's struggling with time and balance. So I like sharing. This is good. This felt good. I miss Find Your Fortitude. I'm going to play around with the intro, see if I remember how to enter that, put the podcast in. But just to sum up this, not this welcome back, I guess, I don't really know what it is. But thank you everybody for like the continued support, especially with the fitness. Yeah, because I want to talk about like the financial advising and like life insurance, term insurance, annuities, different types of mutual funds, like stuff that I do. I can't sell it or anything, but I mean, I can't like sell it like in the videos because of crazy restrictions. But I want to like help people, like educate you guys on what all the different stuff is for retirement besides your 401 and like Social Security, if when you retire, stuff like that. So I'm like, I want to start doing videos and stuff like this. I'm like, I wouldn't turn my main page into it. And I'm like, I can't change my fitness page into it because it's like my fitness people, like I still see comments and messages, which I don't respond. I'll get better at it, but they want to know how I'm doing, where I'm at, what's going on with the app. Like, are we ever going to do another 6-week challenge or 2 months challenge for MJ Fitness? So it's just like the continued support. That's just amazing. So the fitness page, like I couldn't turn it around, but I only said that's thank you guys for the support for it. So I'm excited to keep sharing and hopefully continue to hit some goals, some little milestones. And again, it's just a never-ending battle, never-ending journey. You hit little finish lines, little checkpoints, but you got to keep moving forward. Otherwise, you go back at an extremely fast rate, at least for me. So thank you. Find Your Fortitude, YouTube, MJ Fitness. I'm going to get a little momentum going here because I got back up. I fell down, stayed down for a while this time. Man, stayed down. Like I said, enjoyed my pizza down and PlayStation. But I'm back. I got up. I'm getting up. So whatever you're going through in your life, no matter how far away you are from it, no matter how far away you are from those goals, or even like for me, it's like the person I want to be. Because like I never really thought about like being a father, which I should. I'm in my 30s. But I'm like, I want to be the man who I want to be before I have like a kid. Because there's some people that say you're never ready for kids. You'll never be ready. But I mean, there's some people that just weren't ready, shouldn't have shouldn't have had kids and are just horrible. Not horrible. I mean, because again, this is 2023, so I have to choose my words carefully. But they shouldn't have. I don't want to be that person. I want to be the man that I want to be before I start raising children. So I'm excited. This feels good. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you could take something from it. But again, regardless of how far away you are or how long it's been since you were making progress towards your goal or your dreams or whatever it is, it's not too late. It's not too late. You just got to get back up. You just got to get back up and not care what anybody thinks, what anybody has to say, and just get back up. All right, guys, have a good day. Thank you.